No.
Hello everyone, once again I am back with my co-host Elizabeth, and we
I
have just watched Gargoyles episode 6, The Thrill of the Hunt. In this being the first episode that's not part of like any continuating episodes, but it's like the first
real.
real episode of Gargoyles for the most part. Like the five-parter was just the introduction of the series. This is like the first, like first. I keep saying that. This is the first real episode of the series. Okay. So in this episode, uh,
It's not really tied to anything.
yeah, well, no, it's tied more to the ongoing narrative because
Yeah.
it introduces characters that do come back multiple times.
Yeah.
One gets married to you know who, and
Yeah. It just shows it's beginning of the writing the Gargoyle universe.
yeah. This episode introduces the Pack, and they are like these TV action heroes, celebrities, whatever. They're all named after various dogs. Like there is Fox, Wolf, Dingo, Jacqueline, Hyena. If that's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Gargoyles, mainly Lexington, Broadway, and Brooklyn, are big fans, in particular of the TV show. They watch it a lot. And so they see it out on TV, like, come meet the Pack in Madison Square Garden. And of course, worse, they're like, oh my god, we get to meet these like real heroes in real life and everything, get to see them in person and everything. So they go, and it turns out that the Pack is bored of their whole celebrity fighting against like stage actors, and they want like some real action because. Uh, sorry, I was like, what the fuck is that I'm hearing? And it's your headphones.
I didn't know it was that loud.
Yeah. Yeah. So Fox, the sector leader of the team, is all like, well, here these pictures came in the mail, and it's like they're pictures of Goliath, and these are pictures that only Xanatos could have taken. In the previous episode, it was either Xanatos or his stooge Owen. I don't want to. I say stooge, but I really mean more of his like assistant, because Owen isn't really a stooge. But anyways. Uh, so the Pack is really intrigued by the Gargoyles and everything, and of course Lexington. This is more of a Lexington-centered episode. He's a really big fan of the Pack, so he's like, we're kindred spirits. So he goes out and introduces himself to them, and they're all like, so there's more of you. Where are the others? He's like, oh well, what we could like arrange a meeting or whatever. Uh, and so in Lexington's mind, he's doing something sort of what Goliath did with Elisa, where he's trying to introduce them to the world, because he makes a very good point. He's like, we can't just sit up here and hide from the world. We have to live in it. We have to, they're kindred spirits. They're warriors like us. We have to go out and meet people. And that's echoed in the end of the episode, because Goliath's like, if we don't do this, then we will truly be all alone in this world. Turns out, though, the Pack is, I don't want to say evil, but, what's the word?
Misled.
They're not misled, because they said that they wanted more action.
They're all from. I mean, like Wolf mentions he fought in a war.
Yeah.
And stuff, or no, not Wolf, but
One of them.
Yeah, one of them mentions that they fought in a war and everything. So it's like they're all, I guess you could say, like ex-soldiers and stuff. Like they have all come from a background
they're trained for combat
and stuff,
and they're applying their skills something that's fake, and they want
more. They want action. I mean, and everything. And
we want more.
Yeah. Stuff. So doing it on TV.
Shut up. Yeah. So
you shrunk.
The Pack's all like.
You love my lovely line in the background.
Yeah. So they staged this whole like.
Did you notice that all of them have a dog,
name?
a canine animal name?
Yes, I did notice that.
I'm afraid.
It took 5 watches for you to realize that.
It took me 3.5 to realize. Halfway through that episode, I was like, "Hey, they're all canines."
That's an epic fail, Lizzie.
Yes.
That's an epic fail.
I'm gonna get back to my assassin. I'm gonna kill some people.
It's okay. But yeah, so the pack kind of arranges to meet up with Goliath and Lexington or whatever, and surprise, surprise, they attack them because, like the episode title, The Thrill of the Hunt, they're pretty much just hunting the gargoyles for sport at this point, because they want more action. And so obviously, the gargoyles win, the pack gets put in jail, or arrested or something like that. And then it's revealed at the end of the episode that Xanatos it was already kind of implied that Xanatos was behind this from the pictures because from what the pictures that were taken were shots that, like I said, could only have been taken by Xanatos or Owen at the castle.
Or a security camera.
Or a security camera. Uh, but it's revealed that not only did he set this whole thing up, but he made the pack. Like they don't even know it. Like he created the pack just to see what they could do, and he made the whole thing up just to kind of see what Goliath was capable of. And so he's like, I wouldn't call this a failure, but it was a successful test for the most part. And I mean, I've read the Xanatos Gambit and Xanatos Roulette page on TV Tropes, so I know full well what Xanatos is capable of. But watching this now, I'm all like, holy shit, he made the pack? Holy fuck! I'm like, listen, did you know that? And she's like, yeah, I knew that. And I'm all like,
I've seen these things several times.
I didn't know this shit. It has been about more than a year though since I last watched Gargoyles though, so yeah. Let's see. What did I like about this episode? I like that it's more of a Lexington-centered episode. TV shows with average 5-6 main character casts usually have episodes that focus on different characters in the trio in the group. Good example. Teen Titans. Teen Titans is a perfect example. There are 5 members of Teen Titans: Robin, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy. And throughout each of the 5 seasons, there are episodes dedicated to each Titan. A lot of the first season dedicated to Robin, but throughout the first season, there's Nevermore, which focuses on Raven. There's Cartel, which focuses on Cyborg and Raven a little, and also Raven a little bit. There's Sisters, which focuses on Starfire, and I think there's a Beast Boy episode somewhere in the first season, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, there is Elements of Nature, and it's kind of scary that I actually remember the episode titles. I'm a Teen Titans fan, though, so what can we say? Gargoyles does something similar in that, let's see, there's Goliath, Hudson. Yeah, there's definitely 5. Gargoyles, Goliath, Hudson, Lexington, Broadway, and Brooklyn, and Bronx really want to count 6, but Bronx being the dog doesn't really get much of a character arc anyway, so.
Well, later on he doesn't get a much character, but he does have an episode to himself.
The one with Scotland with the.
No.
Are you sure?
No, there's another episode. It's I'll spoiler alert. It happens to include an Amish kid.
That's on the Goliath Chronicles. Is that in the second season?
I don't remember.
But I remember the one in the second season where he met up with that kid in I don't know, Scotland. Observe the War.
Yeah, that's
with the
But it wasn't really like mainly his.
Yeah. And we're just dropping all this shit for you guys. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Fans of the show are gonna know what we're talking about. But yeah, so I like that it's a very Lexington-centered episode, and that it's one of those like you can't always believe what you see on TV episodes, but the way it's done here is a lot more acceptable than it's done in a lot of other cases, because in most cases, when people watch TV, they do know what they're watching isn't real, for the most part. The Gargoyles, though, being completely out of their element here in the real world, but very quickly adjusting to it, don't know that everything that they see on TV isn't real. So when they do that whole, you can't believe everything you see on TV thing at the end of the episode, it's pretty justified here. I like the pack. Stop it. I like that they're not all like this enemy group that all have like the same personality and everything. I like how they each have like different personalities. And you know that like some of them have like the good sense to run away. Like I think it was Jack who was like, "This is not my contract.
Yeah.
I'm running the fuck away from this shit."
And he's like, finally, he's like, I didn't really sign up to attack monsters, so see ya.
I like the whole alligator in the sewers reference though.
That was
fun. What else? What did you like about this episode, Leslie?
I like the fact that they actually do bring in a good concept that you can't, for kids, you can't believe everything you see on TV.
Remember the whole Naruto incident with the kid in the sandbox?
Nope.
You've never heard of that? Okay, some kid died of hitting Naruto in a
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. You told me that one like thousands of times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it kind of brings in the fact that you cannot believe everything on TV. And why are you going on your phone?
Sorry, blinking.
Stop it.
Hey, look, it's my vlog. I can do whatever the hell I want, okay? But yeah, what else? What else do you like? I think it's also like the first like fully single character centric episode of the series.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you focus on Lexington and everything, and helps him and like make him realize, okay, you can't really trust everything or everyone.
It kind of reemphasized. I think it kind of reemphasized both Goliath and Damona's points about humans.
Yeah.
Because what Damona said was right about humans, that we are entirely kind of a horrible race of beings that really shouldn't be here.
True.
And we do kind of destroy everything that we put our hands on.
Yeah.
Even if we don't fully intend to. And in situations like this where we're faced with, it's always been a staple of anything regarding monsters and supernatural with humans, is that humans really aren't ready to handle whatever the fuck is, out there.
I mean, like,
especially if it's not human.
I just look at what we do when there's a freaking New Orleans. There was that huge hurricane that hit New Orleans. Half the people that were like okay but lost homes started raiding shops. It's like, okay, why the hell are you? What's the point if you lost your home for stealing a TV or an Xbox or a freaking DVD, VCR, combo, whatever thing?
To have it when you get all that shit back.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, and so here it's demonstrating very well that humans, a lot of the time, really can't be trusted with stuff like that. And Lexington even points out, he's like, well, then what's the difference between what I'm doing and between what you did with Elisa? Which is actually never been explained. It never is. It's never explained what the difference is between Goliath and Elisa and what Lexington did with the Pack. I mean, it's kind of explained in an episode that the Pack is kind of, they're kind of... I really don't want to think that they're evil. No. Because they become recurring villains later on in the series. But,
some of them do.
Yeah,
some
but they're not all inherently, evil douchebags. And that's the thing about Gargoyles, that a lot of the villains are not inherently just world-dominating, want-to-take over everything villains. There's... What?
I opened my closet, my cat's sitting right there in the door.
Like, all of the villains, like Xanatos and the Pack, are kind of just... Well, okay, more Xanatos, it's more just, oh, God. What would you even call that kind of villainy? It's not being evil for the sake of being evil, but it's more taking advantage of everyone and everything around you and using them to your own ends. Because half the time what Xanatos is doing isn't evil, but it is morally wrong, I guess would be the best way to put it. I guess from a certain point of view, then. The only, really truly evil villain that I'm going to bring up here in the series is Damona, and even she's kind of justified in her evil hatred of humanity. But it does reaffirm her point about humanity, you can't trust all humanity. But it also brings up the last point of that there's good and bad in everyone, humans and gargoyle alike. And this case just happened to be a case where it was the bad humans that managed to get brought to life. What else is there? I like the gargoyles have this whole hero worship thing about them, where they're like, oh, we're warriors, we come from a warrior clan, and we see these people on TV, and it's like, oh my god, they're doing the exact same thing that we do, all the time. they must be the exact same as us, you know? So there's that aspect of it that I really, really like. Even Hudson was a fan of that, and that kind of surprised me. I'm like, oh wow, like old man Hudson. I really wouldn't think that he'd be a fan of something like the Pack, but he is the oldest and most experienced warrior out of all of them, so it kind of figured that he would.
He's grandfather.
Yeah.
A wise old grandfather that you have.
Yeah, that can still totally kick ass.
So much fun. It'd be cool if I had a grandfather like Hudson.
Everyone will want a grandfather like Hudson.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted there's more to the episode. Is there? Is there more to it or not? I'm not quite sure.
I wish they did go into and explain how trusting the Pack and trusting
Elisa is different, you know? Yeah, because that is a point that's never really, I mean, it kind of shows throughout the episode why it's different, in that Lisa has never tried to hurt the Gargoyles. But, you know, it's one of those things kind of made to be self. What do you mean pizza? Every time we order pizza at my house, we're like, oh, pizza.
Mom got pizza. You want pizza?
Like actual like pizza. Oh, let me finish this now. Okay.
I am hungry. I have not eaten all day.
I think I'm gonna. But like, yeah, it's never really expanded upon as to how it's different, but it's kind of shown in universe how it is. I like also how Lexington takes this whole, like, he takes the stance, he's like, I'm never going to trust anybody again, and Goliath once again has to be like, you can't do that, because not ever trust anybody is going to make us all...
Back with the bunny!
My claws are sharp! Ow! Ow! I'm wearing shorts, Lizzie! That hurts.
Come here, buddy. Bunny!
Now she's chasing a rabbit.
Okay, well, back into a cage.
Okay, shit, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Lexington gets something, he's like, I'm never gonna trust anybody ever again, I hate you, and then
Goliath's
like, no, because
you
like,
have to trust people.
we have to live, we can't hide from it, we have to live in it. Because if we don't, and we just keep hiding from everyone up here forever, we will be truly alone forever. And we can't do that since we are the last of our kind. Yes! 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 1,000 times yes, it's like the best shit ever. Okay. I think that's about it. Is there anything else you want to comment on, Lizzie?
Not really. I mean, you've pretty much gotten all the good stuff.
Were there any bad points to the episode? Because I hate to say that, like, we haven't been focusing on any, like, negative things about the series, but I don't really think, I mean, it's not a perfect series.
The thing that I've always not really understand is, like, okay, the Gargoyles, yeah, they're super strong and everything, but how are their claws sharp enough to tear through solid steel? Because they've done that, like, several times. I mean, they get thrown in this trap thing, and all Goliath does is goes, rip, and rips a freaking hole into it.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going, wait, what? How?
I do like the fact that while the Gargoyles are super strong, they are not invincible. It's shown very clearly in the first episode, if you cut them with just a sword, they will bleed.
Yeah.
You know, bullets, lasers, even Hudson, they're like, one of them in the last episode's like, I bet you're not bulletproof, and Hudson's like, yeah, you'd win that bet. But that is a very good point to bring up. So we don't quite know the limits of their supernatural strength. But I think that's about it. Like I said, next time we'll try to get into like any negatives about the episode, if there are any. But I really can't think of any at the moment. Huh? Yes, please. That's it. We shall see y'all maybe later on again today. Most likely tomorrow. Yeah, that's about it. Talk later. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And see you later. You want to do another episode?
Bye.